something inside. Before you scrolled, you paused. You felt the soft embrace, the little pause, and the touch of your thumb on the screen. That isn't arbitrary. It's not only a coincidence or an algorithm. It's a break in the loop you've been running, an interruption, a moment from heaven that pushes into your timeline. You didn't just happen to arrive here. The exact moment your field was prepared for this message, you were led here. These moments are missed by most individuals. In the hypnotic beat of incessant digital noise, they scroll by with numb hearts and glassy eyes. But something inside you, something is waking, felt that these words contained more than just sound and graphics. You halted, you're present, and your trajectory has already changed as a result of that one act of not skipping. You just passed a quiet exam within your body without even recognizing it. Changes are occurring in subtle ways. Your attention sharpens neural circuits, and your breathing slows. Either long dormant or reviving briefly, you're going to absorb more than just material. Activation is this. This is a miraculous interruption moment. The type of thing your future self will say when she looks back. Everything began to alter at that point. Know this. Seldom does the universe yell. It murmurs. It waits for you to notice by creating little breaches in your routine. You've noticed, if you're reading this, long enough for your higher intellect to sneak a message through, you took a break from autopilot. This is why it feels different right now. Heavier and more meaningful. The ego despises situations such as these. It seeks cycles of regularity and comfort. It wants you to keep experiencing your life over and over again by scrolling away. But your spirit, it longs to be interrupted. It is aware that you have been requesting a sign, a change, a new world. It's this. You requested this interruption. This is supported by science in some manner. Decisions are registered by your unconscious mind, moments ahead of your conscious thought. Your inner self had already made the decision to remain by the time you hesitated. You are not only viewing words on a screen here, your frequency is now in line with a higher path. The fact that most people seldom hear is this. Big, spectacular gestures are not the first step toward powerful transformations. Moments like these are where they start. A pause, an awakening, a decision to remain when your whole being wants to go. That is a transformation seed. Your interruption point is precisely at this moment in the video. It serves as the turning point between the life you have been living and the one that is just ready to happen. Have that feeling? Give it time to sink in. Your energy field is open at the moment. It is possible to insert new instructions. It is possible to activate new codes. And as you remain in the now, that's precisely what's starting. Your frequency will start changing by the time you complete this first section. Small changes in your heart, mind, perception, and neurological system are laying the groundwork for the next phase of your development. This is not an alert. This is an invitation. This is the invitation you have been requesting. Thus, inhale, remain here, let this interruption play out. This is a summons to awaken to something greater than what you were doing from your soul, your future self, or your higher intellect. 5 minutes ago. The time to break the pattern is now. Now is the time to stop ignoring what was intended for you. Feel it, the little strain in your chest, the tremor of excitement coursing through your body. The call is that, your superior self, the cosmos, whatever power you believe in, giving the impression that a shift is coming. Panic is not urgency, it's consciousness. This moment is significant, according to the soft alarm. Listen carefully. The majority of people are unaware of it. They sense it. However, their brains categorize it as stress, either coincidence or overanalysis. Unaware that urgency is the universe's real-time communication system, they dismiss it. This goes beyond a simple prod. It's a message that has been programmed just for your energy field. Don't miss it, and you stay informed. You've been alive. You see it and immediately open a doorway. At this very moment, many timelines collide. Every decision you make either forces you to stay in the known past or moves you closer to a more expansive future. Your sense of urgency isn't arbitrary. It is a pulse of possibilities, a quantum signal that is lining up with your level of preparation. You're also prepared. You're still here for that reason. Stop. Your mind whispered, but your attention remained fixed. Pay attention. Imagine your life as a river with predictable course. The point at where the water bends, where currents change, and where the river has the opportunity to forge a new course is known as urgency. Is that bent as call? Don't pay attention to it. The river also continues on its path. By responding to it, you can influence how everything else unfolds. Your body is aware of this already. Your heart is fluttering. That little increase in vitality, it is a recognition of alignment by your neurological system. It's the implicit understanding that what you're going to do isn't typical. You remain in the moment. The transformation unfolds more quickly with each conscious breath you take in. Most folks don't get this indication. They ignore the justifications, put things off, and divert their attention. 97% of people never hear it. But you saw, you stayed, you're paying attention. That's enough to set you apart from most others. The change cascade begins with that alone. Rushing is never the definition of urgency. It has to do with being prepared. The cosmos is telling you that everything you need to grow is right here. Don't wait. Acknowledging this now is essential to your harmony. This junction is where your higher self is waiting. At this instant, time is warping. In days or even hours, opportunities that would often take years to materialize might start to show themselves. As soon as you actually answer the phone, this is where the contradiction lies. Your sense of urgency is internal. It has nothing to do with the outer world or events. It's within. The tipping point for your personal field and energy has been achieved. Your inner frequency is being amplified by the cosmos, and the signal is powerful. You see it as insistence because of this, a force that requires concentration. Thus, remain here. Take a breath. Feel the signal's depth. This is your signal to bring all aspects of your consciousness into alignment with the new frequency that has been waiting for you to notice. This includes your thoughts, feelings, and even your subtle energies. You stop chasing change once you realize how urgent it is. You are the embodiment of it. The transition doesn't happen on its own. Your field has already set the scene, so you let it play out. Your very presence is what is activating possibilities right now. You can feel it pulling at you. That voice in your head encouraging you to disregard this moment and scroll or click away. That's who you used to be. The version of you that continues to cling to security, comfort, and familiarity. It is opposed to change. It is afraid of the unknown. Even if the predictable has kept you tiny for years, it still needs it. Your former self is a survival program, a cycle created to keep things stable. It fails to recognize that genuine progress occurs during uncomfortable times. Procrastination is mistaken for strategy, hesitancy for insight, and fear for danger. But in reality, you're being put to the test each time you sense the want to skip. They're measuring your awareness. We're evaluating your preparedness. Consider it a bridge. The life you've known is on one side. The constraints, the tales of routines. A new world, a quantum leap just waiting to happen. And that urge to skip are all on the other side. It's the resistance of the mind. Everything changes, you pause, and the chance seems insignificant as your former self tries to bind you to the well-known riverbank on the other side of the bridge. Distraction is what your former self relies on. This is just another video, another fleeting moment. It informs you. It implies that change is voluntary, that there is no urgency, that chaos and unpredictability characterize the world. It's also kind of shielding you. However, doing so is also impeding your progress. When you think of skipping the tightness in your chest, see how your body reacts. That faint discomfort, the old frequency and the new one are at odds with each other inside. Alignment is what your higher self desires. Inertia is what your old self desires. The signal is attention. You're about to make a breakthrough. The closer you are to the activation point, the greater the pull to get out. The paradox is this. The resistance you experience is evidence that change is taking place. It is the last obstacle in the way of complete involvement. Here, most people move aside. They justify it, divert their attention, or ignore the call completely. But you remain here. That reluctance, that hesitancy, you've already passed the exam. The previous routines are reinforced by each moment that is missed. Every time you choose to remain, increases the new field that is developing around you. You are integrating yourself into the process of change, rather than just taking in information as an indication that your awareness is prepared to take a big step ahead. Your attention itself turns into an alignment instrument. This moment can wait. Your former self would constantly tell you. It will magnify anxieties, make up reasons, and justify avoidance. Your impending readjustment, however, must wait. Permission is not requested for quantum shifts. They react exclusively to attention, bravery, and acknowledgement. Thus, remain in the now. Feel the pull, recognize it, but resist giving in to it. The person you are going to become is just a shadow of the person you were before. Every breath you take an aware present. Every second you fight the one to skip. You are constructing the link between your enlarged reality and your present self. Most individuals fail at this time, when their potential returns to the norm. However, you're present. You're paying attention. You know, and just that awareness starts to crumble. The traditional designs. Unlocking the alignment of your next level. Take note of how many times you have steered clear of what your soul was telling you to do. You ignored the silent calls, the subtle nudges, and the inner urges because the time didn't seem right or because fear pretended to be reason. Laziness is not avoidance. It's how the old self keeps up the appearance of security. It feeds on procrastination, delay, and persuading you that the time is never right. Here's the secret, however. Avoidance won't keep you safe. It holds you back. Every missed chance and every excused hesitancy creates a vicious cycle that keeps your potential buried. Only alignment causes a quantum field to react, and alignment is never passive. If you keep ignoring the universe, it won't stop. It advances. It happens whether or not you are involved. Even if your higher self is already aware that you are breaking, you are subtly indicating that you are not ready during those avoidance times. Awareness is the first step in this cycle. Take note of the ways you have been avoiding your own development. It might seem like overthinking, procrastination, or even distraction. It might show itself as never-ending planning, study, and waiting for the right opportunity. However, the ideal time is a myth. It's true that presence, bravery, and accepting the present moment, even when uncertainty feels uneasy, are the first steps toward activation. When was the last time you avoided something that turned out to be crucial? The chances you missed, the cues you disregarded, and the times you defended yourself. They served as a test of your soul and your purpose in life. Avoidance isn't neutral. It builds up. Your quantum leap is delayed by each second you resist. It takes intentional action, not big gestures or coercive results, to change this trend. Easy steps for intentional alignment. Putting presence before distraction. Deciding on involvement above justification. Feeling uneasy. Recognizing one's fear. And moving nevertheless. The invisible threads of your new reality become stronger each time you break the loop. Avoidance may be compared to a closed door. Your larger self and aligned timeline are hidden behind it. The you that flourishes in harmony with the cosmos. Waiting times increase with the amount of time you spend on the incorrect side of the door. The field transforms possibilities, collapses into form, and reality starts to bend toward your attention the instant you enter it, even if you do so hesitantly. There is always an internal struggle. Your imagination will come up with better future situations and reasons. However, the truth is known by your body, intuition, and awareness. Every little decision you make to remain involved, to face your reluctance instead of giving in to it, is a signal sent out into the quantum world. I am ready, it says. I'm here. My life will no longer be postponed. It takes time to break the pattern. It is a dedication to reacting differently each time the old pattern is triggered. The first step is awareness. The second is bravery. The third is integration. Avoidance melts organically when these three factors come together. The route to your awakened timeline becomes obvious, simple, and inevitable as the old self's hold is loosened. Perfection is not rewarded by the cosmos. It honors bravery, congruence, and the readiness to confront what has been evaded. And now you're paying attention, participating, and letting the transformational current run through you. You, by breaking down the old patterns. That act alone opens the door to your next level reality. The cosmos is now offering you a gap, a fissure in the chronology that is just large enough for you to pass through. This is not an accident. It's not a stroke of luck. The alignment is the problem. Long before your conscious mind ever became aware of it, your higher self was in charge. Chances are never by chance. When your vibration is prepared to align with a new frequency, they are the universe's way of telling you. Perception is where alignment starts in order to recognize the opportunity. You have to stop the chatter, the uncertainties, the anxieties, and the old tales that tell you this isn't for you. These are the remnants of your former self that are preventing you from growing. Turn your focus inside. When your awareness is completely present, you will feel the pull of possibilities as your energy field resonates with what is developing. Subtle cues like a text, an idea, or an epiphany all come together to guide you in the right direction. Coherence, chaos, resistance, and distraction all affect how the quantum field behaves. Your energy might be scattered, but it can be amplified by purpose, clarity, and concentration. Aligning does not include coercion or dominance. It's a tune, adjusting your frequency to that of the reality you are supposed to enter. When you are off frequency, see your energy as a radio dial. When you fine tune, the signal is static. The broadcast of your future may be heard when the channel clears. Visible, concrete. Each decision you make right now is a tuning action. Accepting the things that make you happy. Following your gut and making inspired decisions, even if they are little. The collective field is changed in addition to your own as a result of these micro-alignments. The manifestation will happen more quickly if you maintain your focus. Opportunities increase. Doors open. Coincidences keep happening. The seemingly inaccessible suddenly becomes accessible. Take note of the subtle cues your body is giving you. Your pulse, your stomach, the shiver down your spine or hands. These are resonance indicators. You align faster than logic could ever compute when you even slightly address them. The universe meets you where you are, but when you intentionally meet in return, it moves more quickly. Alignment energy is magnetic. It draws ideas, people, and experiences that reflect your inner state in your direction. Don't wait for flawlessness. Don't expect to know. Opportunity does not follow a set of rules. It comes to people who are prepared to come forward with confidence. The alignment moment is frequently covered up as danger, unfamiliarity, or slight discomfort. However, that's exactly where growth is found. It is mobility, not indecision, that is necessary for the quantum shift. Infinite possibility is condensed into a single powerful reality by the act of selecting and moving toward what feels right. This is the nuanced reality. You reinforce the pattern of your new timeline each time you partly align with an opportunity. Every alignment compound. The transition is accelerated with each choice to appear. And the energy is already shifting, even if the results aren't apparent right now. Thank you for this moment to your future self. Your hands are being guided by the version of yourself that has already entered a state of abundance, clarity, and satisfaction. Your current ideas and deeds. Breathe, then. Make yourself a center. Give the cues, synchronicity, and nudges around you your whole attention. They're not arbitrary. You are getting closer to your quantum leap with these carefully planned alignments. And the new reality starts to emerge in this effort of calibrating the resonance of presence. The cosmos isn't waiting right now. Opportunity is there in every moment, waiting to materialize in your life if you move decisively. However, in the quantum environment, action is more than merely doing. It involves coordinating movement and purpose. The intentional action that bridges the gap between the unseen blueprint and the physical world is what turns potential into reality. You've sensed it already. This is the moment that most people overlook, that push, that whisper. They wait for external approval for the ideal circumstances, timing, and sensation. The cost of such hesitancy is high. Momentum affects the quantum field. Timelines converge, synchronicity increases, and doors open more quickly the more you follow your instincts. Delays while waiting. The change. It is accelerated by action. It inspires real action. It doesn't seem hurried or forced. It strikes a deep chord inside you, resonating with your best self. It's a subtle knowledge. The signal from your future self is the one that overcomes uncertainty and fear. The person who, when you take action, is already experiencing the world you want. You don't just enter a realm of possibilities. When you're ready, you give the universe a signal, and the quantum field reacts immediately, intensifying your motion and pulling experiences, relationships, and resources in your direction like a gravitational force. Here's the trick, however. Every step doesn't have to be enormous. Little, regular acts that seem in line are as effective. I'm sending that message, putting that call in. You may just show up where you need to be or write that message. Everyone is a ripple, and waves are made by ripples. Waves that propel you into your new timeline's velocity. The activity compounds energy. Your transition into the reality you've been preparing for is accelerated by each decision that is in alignment with your new frequency. There will always be fear. Doubt will murmur. You'll be tempted by old habits to put things off or ask questions. See them as signs that you're entering a new phase of growth. The edge of change is a discomfort. Embrace it. In any case, go onward. No matter how tiny, every act of bravery condenses many possibilities into one coherent reality. Speed is not the key to the quantum jump. It's about inspired movement that is definitive. As you read this, pay attention to the energy in your body, the constriction in your chest, the sensation of a tingle in your hands, the heart-pounding sensation. That is alignment's resonance. That's what your field has to say. Verifying the importance of your next move, that the cosmos is aware of your momentum and that the field is changing to make room for your development. Take immediate action. Not tomorrow, not under ideal circumstances. This precise moment is when the quantum window is open. Have faith in your instinct. Allow the momentum to propel you forward as you follow the tiny energy currents. The version of you who has already entered a state of satisfaction, and plenty is reaching out. Grab it. Act, engage, move. The new reality will materialize more quickly the sooner you match awareness with action. Now is your time. The field is paying attention. Each creative action you perform strengthens a shift, speeds up manifestation, and amplifies the signal. Don't delay. Don't ask questions. Align, take action, and see how the cosmos imitates your actions, bringing your new timeline to life in ways you could never have envisioned before. The time has come to solidify the truth you've been entering into every change, energy ripple, and inspired action you've experienced. This is where it all begins. Your deliberate decision to firmly establish the new chronology in your life is what the quantum field awaits. There is no metaphor here. It's physics. At this very instant, consciousness and alignment are merging. Your body will sense it. The faint murmur of potential, the sensation of warmth in your chest. Your hands are charged with electricity. Your greater self is that energy-based communication that exhorts you to take possession of what is already yours. By totally committing and intentionally stating that I am in alignment with my ultimate reality, the world reflects assurance rather than hesitancy. You communicate that this is your frequency right now to every atom and every possibility. There is no work involved in sealing a new time frame. It all comes down to unwavering trust, clarity, and purpose. It's the point at when your inner wisdom takes over and uncertainty disappears. Due to their inability to resonate with the frequency you have triggered, old timelines, old habits, and out-of-date beliefs automatically disappear. The cosmic reset is this. You are the author of the real-time rewriting of your world. Breathe deeply, as clearly as you can. See yourself enjoying the life you've been hankering for in your new timeline. Feel the feelings of joy, the excitement, the confidence, the abundance, the clarity, the freedom, the connections, and the accomplishments as if they were actually occurring. The quantum field reacts to sensation, energy, and embodiment in addition to thinking. Now say it out loud or mentally. I'm in harmony with my best self. My new timeline is mine. I now live completely in this reality. Continue until these phrases resonate with your body, mind, and energy field. Each repeat roots your shift, locks in frequency, and enhances the signal. Every doubt that emerges is only an echo of outdated ideologies attempting to thwart progress. Look at it, but don't believe it. You are already taking action. Experience the alignment, the anchoring, and the sensation of completion. In the field, your choice is final. From this moment on, Every thought, action, and feeling is consistent with the new reality you have selected. You're out of limbo now. You're not holding out. You've already arrived. As you take this energy throughout your day, you're co-authoring your experience with the cosmos. Take note of the possibilities, the synchronicity, and the natural flow that emerges. This is a confirmation that we have received your selection. You're not requesting a change in reality. The change is being actively embodied by you. The universe reciprocates by giving you just what you need at precisely the right moment. Now, give your all and stand tall. From now on, take responsibility for your reality. Every action you perform is in perfect harmony with the best version of yourself. And your new timeline is your home. Activation of closing affirmations. My reality is what I have created. I am unstoppable, energized, and in alignment. Nothing can stop me from moving forward on my new timeline. Please subscribe for more activations to help you manage your reality, and share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Your best self is leading the way at every turn, and your trip is only getting started.